welcome everybody to the Open Bar. This is a special edition Open Bar this Thursday. I am your host, Steve Straz, the Chief Market Strategist at All Star Charts. I have a very, very, very special guest today. Founder of All Star Charts, former Chief Market Strategist of All Star Charts, one of the greatest technicians currently doing it, JC Peretz, my esteemed morning show co-host and dear friend. How you doing, buddy?
I couldn't be happier to be here at the Open Bar. Greatest name for a show ever.
I think this is the first time I've ever introduced you to a show.
I think so. Good to be here.
Yeah.
Good to be here. This is a little thing where Straza likes to talk about the trades he's going to be putting on. I'm playing devil's advocate here. I'm going to be doing the pushbacking, to see what happens. All right, wise guy. Listen, at the end of the day, we give Straza his flowers. Straza having a hell of a year, so can't be hating. Having a hell of a year. But that has nothing to do with now, right? Yesterday's home runs don't win today's ball games, Mr. Straza. I don't know if you heard.
Hell of a year. Not the best October though for Steve, and that's okay. So on the morning show today, and this is great. You're the first guest ever on the Open Bar.
How about that?
Yeah, it's nice.
It sounds appropriate. If there was going to be a show called the Open Bar, I feel like maybe as somebody who's been to a few of those over the years, maybe I should be the first guest.
Yeah. No. I get it. It's good. Hey, I got my cockpit up, Spencer. If you want to share my screen, we're gonna real quick just talk through some stuff, right? Because I'm seeing mixed evidence.
What are all these lines?
So many lines. Just bear with me.
So many lines. What are all these lines?
I'm throwing up a daily chart here. You see a bunch of moving averages. There's going to be some VWAPs on here. I'm going to clean up the charts as I go. But you did a really nice job showing some big bullish developments on the morning show today. We're still seeing, even yesterday, and a little sell-off that we had in the back half of the session, risk appetite ratios look phenomenal. So if you want to go back and, JC ran through things like discretionary versus staples and some other ratios on the morning show today, painted a really nice bullish story. I'm going to paint a quick bearish story just to kind of show how I think the evidence is mixed. I want to hear your thoughts, but I got 3 charts, and then we're going to hit the tape and try to put on a trade. First one, and I really think this is one of like the battleground areas for the weakness we've seen over the past couple of weeks. This is regional banks. You could draw this up in a number of ways, right? But you could see a semblance of a potential top here. And I think on charts like this, you just anchor a VWAP from the April lows, and those levels have to hold, right? Those levels holding tells me bulls are still in control of even some of the weaker groups out here, right? And for now, KRE digging in, holding this VWAP, I think that's critically important, right? So I really want to see that.
All right, Straza, so here's number one. Number one, I like where your head is at on the regional banks here. Couldn't agree more. I'm old school. Comes to financials. Financials to me are the most important sector. I think regionals are a subgroup of that, obviously. That's number one. Number two, can we run a scan of all of the industry groups at relative to the anchored VWAP from those April lows and see the percentage of industry groups and kind of plot that over time?
Yeah, we can do that.
Because if things are going to roll over, you're going to start to see those numbers pile up, aren't you?
No, it's a great call. This VWAP, we're constantly anchoring VWAPs from these April lows and the weaker groups, and that'll be a really good early indication that things are rolling. We could do that. We could do that study. But I can tell you, I know for a fact.
You're not buying the regionals here.
Maybe dig
you're
in.
Buying this pullback in a little bank of the Ozarks, little Brozarks for the portfolio. No big deal.
Look, it's a good question. I would buy it on some sort of coil resolution, right? So if we dig in and hold this VWAP, and then maybe you get a little chippy choppy like this, right? And then finally like some sort of upside resolution, and we go and take out this VWAP here. Yeah, I will be. I definitely will be, JC. But we got to see it.
All right, what else you got?
Green candle is a good first step. Hold on, let me show you the homies now. Real quick. The other one is homies. Same thing. Drop a VWAP from the April lows. See how good these levels work, right?
Look, dug
in there a couple weeks ago, got a little bounce, digging in again. And look, you say, all right, well, if this holds, I want to get long these groups. Sure. Look, coil it up, draw the squeeze or the pinch here. And then you could buy a resolution above the upper VWAP, right? And then the last one, this might shock you, but this is maybe the new 3 Bs: banks, builders, and that's right. This is Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the IBIT that I just pulled up. Same thing. Drop that VWAP from the April lows. Look at how well it works over and over and over again. You could draw a nice little top here if you wanted to in the Bitcoin potentially. So again, just like the banks and the builders, want to see this level hold. I think all three of those groups are super risk on, and it would speak to risk appetite and the healthy, really picture of risk appetite that we're seeing. If even the weaker groups, the weakest offensive groups, could dig in and hold here, I would really love to see that. So that's
yeah, no, I like what you're doing here, Strasa. You're picking out the worst of the offensive groups, and if they dig in, that'd be solid. And if they roll over, that's a heads up. There's probably more to come. I think you're absolutely right, and I like what you did there with a third B in Bitcoin. I don't disagree with that at all. We're getting a question here. Who was it asking me about asking about why do we have so much faith in the banking sector that needs a bailout every decade?
Who has
For
faith?
the record,
Who
we
has
do not
faith?
have any faith in them whatsoever. We're simply looking at them as a risk on, risk off indicator. No faith.
Nobody said
Hope
anything
they all
about
go to zero.
faith.
Quite frankly, I hope they all go to zero. Who needs them?
There's way too many of them. I hope some of them go to zero.
260 in the Russell 2000. Is that necessary?
I hope M&T Bank legit goes to zero. I mean that. All right.
Dude, it's so unnecessary. Just get them out. Get them out of here.
Okay.
Get them out of here.
So then, real quick, I think what everybody's thinking about today. Let's just check this out. Mag 7, you made some great points about how small cap tech. Maybe you were right. I looked at some ratio charts after the morning show. Small cap tech has really been just as good as the Mags. This is the Mag 7, the Round Hill Magnificent 7 index. Looking fantastic, but we had three big reporters and an Amazon coming just last night. Microsoft trying to figure it out here. I would love to see some red to green in Microsoft today. I thought it was an excellent report. The stock came out of a nice coil. We sold a good triple in it, and that's why we do this. The pre-earnings trades that we put on, JC, you know how this works. We got in at this VWAP here, and the only reason we put it on is because we knew that if that resolution was real, we put it on right here on this candle. We said, if that resolution is real, we're going to get follow through. And we bought an option for a specific strike and a specific expiration, knowing that our odds would be very, very high of selling a double before earnings. Very important. We knew how many days we had. We saw the breakout coming. We said, if this move sticks, we got 1 day of follow through, 2 days of follow through. We'll sell that double before earnings. Then we'll have a free ride in to earnings. Now we don't care that we're giving so much back today because we actually already booked a gain on this trade. Microsoft maybe digs in here. Meta, another great report. Oh, look at that. 690 is my level here, JC. I'm going to add to my long-term Meta position. If we get a little red to green, I mean, look at the action just so far today. Let me flip
it's not going to be red to green. It's not going to be red. It's not going to be red to green.
No, that would be incredible. It's not going to be
red to green.
But I mean, if you get back, you're right, not red to green, but back above 690, this neckline here, all day, I think it's buyable. So do want to see an intraday rally. And then the last one.
You could have a hollow candle, just not a green one.
Yeah, I would love to see it.
I mean, you could have a green one, but I don't think so.
No, it would be another like 20% from here. Google is the best of the Mag 7s. Love to see that. Absolutely ripping higher. This was a nice coil that you could have bought a couple days ago as well. So
is Google the best of the Mag 7?
Breaking out to new highs on a relative basis versus like any index you chart them against. So Google's been.
I don't know. You can argue. I mean, Nvidia's hard to. You really think Google's the best of the Mag 7?
Yeah, let's check. Let's check.
See how I'm pushing back, guys? I don't let them get away with nothing.
No, it's a good question.
I don't let them get away with nothing. And I mean, Nvidia just making all-time highs. Just hit 5 trillion. I don't know if you heard, Straza. 5 trillion. Is that enough? Dude, they've been telling me, these fucking sociopaths have been telling me for years, trillions of dollars ago, that Nvidia was overvalued. This was trillions of dollars ago, like a few trillion. Like when it was 1 trillion, 2 trillion, they're like, oh, this is overvalued. It can't go up anymore. Several trillion dollars later, here we are.
We've talked about it, that Nvidia really had the best chance of getting to 5 trillion first. They have the best chance of getting to 10 trillion first. They're going to have they might even run away from the other Mag 7s, like for now. But it's whether or not they can hold that position long term. I think they're only going to keep getting bigger and bigger versus their peers. So Nvidia versus Google, let's check it out. Here, let me bring this chart up.
What about the Palantir? You buying this breakout?
Let's talk about that one. That's another nice coil. Dude, this is Nvidia Google, right? So peaked out back in July. Flip it around if you guys want to see with Google in the numerator. And this one's just been so good. Like Google versus Nvidia, it's a little tactical base shaping up in favor of Google. And then this is what I'm talking about, Google versus the Qs. We showed this chart on the morning show today. Major breakout. Google versus, and I know it's a communication stock. Here's Google versus tech. I don't care. Look at that breakout, JC. I mean, on a relative basis, you're not going to find better looking charts and trends than the ones in Google. Just clean. Clean.
I like this
Universal
Palantir,
video.
Streza. I like it.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Palantir.
Yeah, you know, this was, I got to tell you, I traded this one better than you, right?
No.
I was greedy. I was like, I'm going to wait to the target. I took profits on the target, right? You took profits a little earlier. I think you may have gotten in a little earlier.
My cost basis is 17, so I don't think many people.
Well, we're talking about different trades. I know that you nailed this a long time ago. I'm talking about this year.
This has been one of my greatest trades of all
nailed this
time.
from back in the day. But in terms of the tactical trade that we both had on different trades, I milked it a little longer.
I started selling back here.
Hasn't hit the target, remember?
I started selling back here in the 70s, to be clear. So,
yeah.
And now I have a 1 unit size position on it. Palantir is the same size as everything else.
What is a unit? What is a unit? Is it like a G unit?
No, it's like my basic position size, right? That like, so that way I could say like, this is a 5X overweight, because it would be 5X the one standard unit that I would weight most things. You could do half of a unit.
You used to call Randy Johnson the unit.
Yeah, the big unit, right? Whatever.
Big unit. Is that like one of the greatest nicknames ever? The big unit?
So, dude, you're saying Palantir all squeezed up here. Here's the squeeze indicator showing that on a daily basis, Palantir has not been this tight in terms of its volatility since you'd have to literally go back to like forever.
I'm buying the Palantir.
This is literally a record low, but look, it gets better.
I'm buying it right now.
And guys, the signal, right, is not, oh, volatility is tight, volatility is compressed. It could stay compressed for a long time. It's now there's momentum, right? And we're seeing volatility tick higher with momentum off of an extreme low. And that's why we have this little crossover system on it. That's the trigger, right? That's the confirmation that we are going from a volatility compression phase to a volatility expansion phase. And it gets better when you zoom out. Here it is on the weekly, JC. Volatility hasn't been this low since last summer on the weekly. Really, really nice. And check out the PPO on the weekly. So setting up on several time frames. Just love to see it. I love ones where volatility is at an extreme low, daily, weekly, monthly. It tells you could be a lot of runway, right? You can go a little further out on those. So you want to look for a coil to put on right now?
Do I want to look for another coil? I'm just putting this on right now. I'm in. You could buy the March. You could buy the March 280 calls, or giving you the 25 delta March 280 calls. You can get them right now for less than $10.
I don't hate that, because you're buying enough time that like normally I would look at this and I would say, oh, if we're gonna go out like a month or two, I would say I really should have bought this as it was coming out of the coil 3 or 4 days ago. But if you go out to March, buy this right here, right now. I'm totally with you. Love that. What delta?
25. 25 deltas to 280. 280 strike in March. $10, under 10. 9.5, 930 you can get filled. By the way, for those keeping score at home, the next Fibonacci extension in Palantir gets you to 300, just an FYI. You like?
8,000 open interest.
It's Palantir. There's plenty of liquidity. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
It looks good. Looks good.
There's plenty of liquidity in the Palantir.
Yeah, I
All
love.
right, what else you got, Hot Shot? What else you got?
I love a liquid options chain, man.
No, but not everything's Palantir.
Here, run through a little watchy list.
Regional banks having a nice little day.
So what I did was I went to our squeeze engine this morning, JC, and I just added.
Good. I was going to ask you about China.
Oh, China looks great, man.
Is Tao considered a Chinese stock, or is it kind of like one of those weird?
Are you asking because it's on my list?
No, fantastic. I'm asking you because it just hasn't traded like other Chinese stocks over time. Like, do you consider it like Chinese?
Oh, yeah. This is China as hell. This is revenue recognition fraud, China. Look at this. Look at this.
Revenue recognition fraud, huh?
Down 98.2% last cycle. Now, off of those lows, already up over 600%. I think this one, JC, keeps on climbing up the right-hand side of this base, and there's so much more to go. Unfortunately, TAL and EDU is the other one. You're not going to get much liquidity there. You're not going to get much options market liquidity, but they both look fantastic. This is EDU, right? So you got a tactical base, and you zoom out, is within the context of a much larger base that's already been climbing, heading back to those former highs. But here, you got some drone stocks coiled up. Here's UMAC, right? This one really stood out. Lemonade already kind of about to go from this little range. Really like Lemonade, right? You zoom out on this one too.
I got stopped out.
You did?
Shaking
Yeah, I
out
got
a
a
little
small
bit.
position. I don't know. I don't have
I'm in
enough.
the hippo though, so I'm in it. I'm in the hippo.
Broadcom's on our list, but this one looks a lot like some of the other Mag 7s, right? It's already going. This kind of looks like Palantir, right?
Why
It's
does
going.
Broadcom not make the Mag 7?
It's going. They're in the Mag 8. Don't worry.
Oh,
We
they're in
can
the Mag 8. Oh,
we
okay, like
include them in our
7-minute abs.
we include them in our Mag 7 index, like just we still call it the Mag 7, but we just throw them in there because they
Well,
show
there's like 503 stocks in the S&P 500, right? You know, there's I think the Wilshire 5000 has like 3,000 stocks.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
Yep. Here, SoFi, nice coil. You see the SoFi? Everybody's talking
SoFi,
about this one.
yeah, SoFi.
App, been one of the best stocks this cycle. Coiled up,
App
looking
loving.
good. The app loving. Net, dude, this is a good one, JC.
Yeah,
You like this one?
Cloudflare.
That's a nice one. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
These are
Yeah.
all software stocks,
Ooh,
huh? Is
yeah.
Adobe going to zero?
Tech, baby. Oh, here's a good one. Here, you want a little financials in your life? Virtu. Buy it all day. The stock is so good. Pay no
Are you doing a little are you buying a little dippy dip in the Adobe or just stick with what's working?
A little flippy dippy. No, I'm more interested actually in Salesforce here, but I think Adobe eventually works. This will shape up and start to look more like a little tactical base soon, and I'll be very interested at that point. You got to just watch this VWAP for now. See how this is put a cap on the last two advances, right? So that's really the level to get through. It's like 365 back into the 370s. You do start to like Adobe more, but similar setup in the Salesforce that I like a lot more. Like this is not going to be a top. This is Salesforce. So I really watching this one closely. Gonna put a nice position on Salesforce soon. I think that's really all I got, dude. You know, some nice coils.
I like where your head is at on the software, by the way.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. They keep popping up on our scans. We pay attention when we see that. Coinbase has earnings today. Wouldn't really touch this right now. Even got a little healthcare on here. Like, look, you got a
How
little
much does
AbbVie.
Coinbase move with earnings versus what it moves like with crypto in general?
You got a big coil in AbbVie and Amgen. Well, it's hard to say. It's like a very bipolar situation. You never know like what Coinbase is going to start moving with. But the last couple quarters, I thought the market kind of looked through and gave them a break on their earnings because the market was waiting for like some sort of altcoin bull market that never came. They really need another altcoin summer, Coinbase. Their earnings absolutely blow out. You know, when oh, look at that. Price alert on the EH. Giving it back a little bit here today. Big stick in the H yesterday. So we'll see. We'll see what the Coinbase call today. But the market's kind of, I think, looked through not so great reports the past 2 quarters for Coinbase.
Keep an eye on this 116, 117 on the IGV. That's a software index fund. That's a big Fibonacci extension going back to the 2021, 22 lows. You take that out, you know, you got another 40, 45% of upside in the software index. So it's not surprising that a lot of the components of that are popping up on the scans, you know?
ServiceNow looks great too. I'm just looking through the components of IGV. ServiceNow looks fantastic.
Double T saying, how long can market breath stink before the whole market goes down? I don't know who's making these things up that market breath is bad. That is a lie. There's nothing accurate about that at all. Market breath is not weak. I don't know why people keep saying that. They're lying to you. Anybody who says that hasn't counted. Go count. I don't know what market breath stink. What are you talking about? The
Jason's
Russell
getting triggered
3000
about
closed at an all-time high 2 days ago. The equally weighted Dow, equally weighted S&P 500, and equally weighted NASDAQ all closed at new all-time highs last week. All of them. And so if you take out all these mega caps that people are saying are the only ones working, take them out. The market's still making all-time highs. Like, I just don't. Why are people saying that the market breath is bad? They're lying to you. What is wrong with these people? It's criminally insane.
It's not bad, but it's less good than maybe it was a couple months ago. But these people are just saying it now. That's been going on. There's been a little correction in breath, right? Isn't that fair to say?
It's not a correction in breath. It's been rotation. The best sector over the last month is healthcare. It's not market breath weakening. It's rotation.
All right. I'm with you. I'm with you. I want to see the banks and the builders digging. I want to see Bitcoin dig. Come on. Bitcoin and friends. What's going on with the cryptos, JC? Look at Solana. That's not the way we want it to go up and out of the coil, not down and through the lower bounds of the coil.
That was a good
Get on my
question. What's your
VWAP.
preferred method of counting? I prefer the Arabic numerals. That's my personal preference.
Is this a top in Ethereum, JC?
I mean, I don't think so. Yeah. Some people
you gotta hope not. You gotta hope not here.
Some people like to use Roman numerals with counting. I am not one of those people, so I don't want you to think that I use Roman numerals. I use Arabic numerals. So
isn't it Arabic?
Arabic
Okay.
numerals. I use Arabic numerals.
All right, let's check the chat and then we'll get out of here. We got trades to make. Yeah, here, I'll give you one. I'm gonna go with as soon as we get off here, and this is what I like, and here's why. I like
this Disney trade. I like this Disney trade. I like that. Who is that? Saucy?
Saucy's the man. He's hanging out with Saucy the other night.
Saucy's the man.
Saucy's cool.
Saucy likes Disney. I like Disney. Is this a dude? You got to hedge your life. You know how much money I fucking spend at Disney? I'm going to Disney in like 6 weeks. You know how much that's going to cost me? I'm probably already down 15 grand. I haven't even left yet.
You know,
think about that.
Yeah, no, you're screwed, dude.
Like maybe 10, 15 grand. I'm already down. I haven't even gotten there yet. We're talking $50 balloons, $12 hot dogs. If you're not long the stock, you can't beat them. Join them.
You do have a coil, JC.
That's pretty good. Nice call there, Saucy.
You got a coil. They're finding their own coils now. So you know, Saucy was a former almost pro golfer.
Wow. So he's actually good, not like you, right?
He was very good from what I understand. Yeah, I played in college. Service Now, when we get off of this show in a minute, I'm going to go and put a trade on Service Now. That's my pick. JC's picking the Palantir. They both look fantastic. The squeeze indicators look really good. Momentum looks fantastic in both of these. Shout out Big Cap Tech. So Big Cap Tech was the theme today. You got any closing thoughts, JC?
My closing thoughts are, I just don't understand why people think that it's only Mega Cap Tech that's leading this market. Mega Cap Tech is underperforming Small Cap Tech.
I'll give it to you.
Mega Cap Tech, it's tech.
I was pushing back on you this morning. I checked the charts. I was a little bit behind. I'm on your side. You were right. Okay? All right?
See what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you count. Just fucking count. They don't want to count. I don't understand.
All right. This was fun. Thanks for joining me. This was really fun. We'll do this again.
All right. We're buying it. PLTR, LFG.